That's about as American as it gets, bro.
It's American.
Is this thing on?
Check 1 2 1 2.
It's fucking crazy.
They're invincible, indestructible. These living for like 10,000 years.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hunt for Greatness podcast.
Welcome, come one, come all to the Hunt for Greatness podcast. I got Clayton Cole and I got Hunter. What's your last name again?
Glosson.
Hunter Glosson on the Hunt for Greatness podcast tonight. And these boys are extremely interesting and talented and just jacks of all trades. So we're going to learn some stuff tonight, guys, and I'm excited about it. Clayton, Hunter, I'm really thankful you guys decided to come do the podcast.
So glad to be here, dude.
I appreciate
So
it. Yeah. Thank you guys, man.
It's been a year in the working. I think I messaged you like last October and wanting to come down here, and then the hurricane hit, and
It messed us all up.
Oh yeah, but I've been wanting to be on this podcast for a year and a half now.
Well, anytime you're down here, just know I'll clear my schedule out for you, and I'll talk to you anytime.
Yes, I
It's
appreciate
an honor
it.
to talk to you, man. We grew up together.
I know we did.
Yeah.
It was so long, dude.
You know, I was thinking today, have you met Clayton's dad?
No, not yet.
I was thinking today about this is a great story, dude. So it was Clayton's. It was either your birthday or Halloween. I can't remember. I'll tell you what happened, and you tell me when it was, because obviously your memory is fantastic because you remembered my mom's birthday. So we're going on some hayride in the back of the Dodge. The old Dodge truck with the Ram on it.
That's my birthday.
All right,
I already know.
So William gets, it was. So is your birthday near Halloween?
Yeah, 28th.
Okay, all right, because it was school. I remember having a little spookiness in the air, right? So we're down there on, is it Wagon Wheel Lane?
Old Wagon Lane.
Old Wagon Lane, right? We're down there. Do they still live down there?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right, cool. So we're down there and we're riding up the power line in the old Dodge truck. Dude, what was that Dodge truck? That was an old Dodge.
It was it's an 87.
Really? I would have thought it was older than that.
Single cab 87.
Dude, he rocked the hell out of that thing, dude. William rocked that thing. So we were driving up the power line, and I remember he just cut the truck off, and we're all sitting in the back, and he gets out, and he's like, I can't. He was doing something with the ignition. He's like, I can't get the truck to start, y'all. He's like, I don't know what's wrong with it. And then I remember these dudes come out the woods in masks, dude, running at the truck, and we were all so scared. Do you remember that?
Yeah. There's actually a picture my mom took, and Alex is creeped in the corner with his hands over his ears, and Matthew Welburn, who's our other friend at the time, he's over there holding on to Alex because he's scared too.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
There's a picture of
Yeah,
that?
there's a picture.
Dude, I was scared, dude. And, like, I kind of knew he was messing with us because my uncle and my daddy would do the same stuff to us. But, like, it was. I'll never forget that. That's so cool. Like, that just kind of lets me know, like, the things to do with my son and his friends, because those are the things that really you don't ever forget. You know what I mean? I just thought that was your birthday parties, dude, were always so cool because we got to camp out.
Yeah.
And
like, nobody ever had it like where we were. They didn't have the place, like, to do the camp outs.
Yeah.
Like, you lived over there at Quail Ridge.
Yeah.
Which is right across. The only thing we had was a golf course.
Yeah.
So when you come down to my house, it's deep back in the woods. You know, we had a fire, tent, and all that stuff. And every year it'd be like, I've had one camp out. Then the next year they're like, dude, you're doing a camp out for your birthday party. So continue for like, 6 years?
It was
did
a huge tent. Had a huge tent, and we all would pile up in that thing, dude. Like, it was the coolest birthdays ever, dude.
Oh, yeah.
You had the best birthdays. You know what else I remember? I remember you had, and I wanted one so bad, dude. You had a WWF or WCW wrestling ring.
Yeah.
It was like a custom built. I think your dad might have built it. You think your dad built that?
Yeah, my dad actually built that.
That's what I
used
thought.
some little, like, we did, what was it, hospital grade tubing, like tourniquet tubing.
Yeah.
And then
as
we
the
did,
ropes.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
did the electrical connectors and then hooked them to eye hooks. And we built the ring to scale for the actual wrestlers that
It
I
was
got.
so cool, dude. It was the coolest thing ever. I'm like, this dude has the coolest toy ever, bro. Like, I just remember how cool that thing. You had so many wrestlers that went with it, too.
Oh, yeah, dude. Them things are worth $1 million.
You know what else I remember, dude? Oh, my God. I just thought about this, bro. Dude, I remember I came to your house, and I'm almost positive that your dad ordered the pay-per-view where Goldberg fought the 101st. Like, he was undefeated for 101 things. And I remember, I'm pretty sure, now tell me if I'm wrong, but we watched that pay-per-view at your house, and Kevin Nash came out and tased Goldberg, and he lost that match, dude.
That's the one, yep. Because that was, it was right in October when they did it. I think it was like the Halloween Bash or something like that we did. But, dude, pay-per-views back in the day, remember, my dad spent $75 on that pay-per-view for satellite. Like, it's ridiculous. You can get on YouTube or, like, Netflix now and be able to watch him. But, he spent $75. We invited all the friends down there, dude. It was, like, blast.
And Goldberg lost, dude. He got tased by Kevin Nash when the referee... I think that's how it happened. Isn't that weird how you remember certain stuff like that?
Dude, I think I cried that night as a kid.
We were so upset, dude. Because we loved Goldberg, dude.
Yeah. He was the man, dude. Remember we used to take markers and do the tribal tattoo on our arm, too? That's before we could... Dude, check this out.
Yeah, dude. That's so cool, man. But, yeah, I remember that. Those were some good times, dude. Some real good times. That's crazy that I remember the Goldberg thing, because my memory's not. I guess it's like some things I remember, some things I don't, but...
I mean, it sticks out. That's pretty freaking cool, though.
It is
you
cool,
can remember all
man.
those things.
Yeah, you had the coolest birthday parties. That was so awesome, dude. So cool. So your dad, he's always been kind of like mechanically inclined as far as like can build stuff and just things of that nature. Do you think you kind of got it from him or got interested in it because of him? Clayton builds like pretty much. Tell me what you build, because you build a lot of stuff.
Anything. Anybody sends me a picture, I can build it. And that's what it runs
you're
with.
Badass, dude.
So it's always, I build king-size beds, bars. I built a bar for a restaurant down in Sanford, too, as well. Did that in a week. And then we delivered it and set it up, 3 pieces, and build beds. Tables is my biggest thing, cornhole boards. And
like farm tables.
Yeah.
Do you do like different types of tables, or most people they want farm tables right now?
Most of the time it's farm tables. I want to stick with that. They're just classic.
They're great.
You can't go wrong with it. You can hand it down to your kid, and your
That's
kid.
why I built mine.
Yeah, and exactly that's why I built mine too. Me and my wife are about to have a baby.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm building him a crib. So.
You think it's a boy?
I think so.
Boy, you heard him say him, didn't you, Hunter?
Oh yeah.
Hey, if it's a girl, I'll be happy too. But,
yeah.
It's like what I told my wife. If we have a girl and it has her face in my butt, we're in trouble. So.
That's great. If you have a girl, just try again. Get a boy, dude.
Yeah,
that's all you gotta do.
Unless I triple up on girls, then I'm gonna be in bad shape.
That means you were a hoe in another life, dude. That's what that means. That's awesome. Congratulations, man. So your kid is due in March.
March 7th.
Mine's due in February, like right at the end. So that's crazy.
I hope it's due in March. My favorite number of all time is 7. Growing up, that was my number for baseball, any kind of sporting event. So I took that, and that's where I had the design. Like, I always wanted to have my tattoo. If I get one, hopefully it would be this picture that I drew when I was in 10th grade, and it had a backward C, a 7, and then a forward C, and it was Clayton Cole with number 7 in there. So
that's what that is.
Yep, and that's what's on your box.
So you drew that in 11th grade.
Yeah.
You say 11th grade?
Yeah. Always
and you stuck with the logo. Wow.
I've changed it up a little bit on because of some copyright issues. It's basically like an offset of a Jack Daniel's 7. So I've changed it up a little bit on my T-shirts, as you can see, and that's more of my furniture company is what's on my T-shirts, which is a circle with a porthole, and then it has a 7 in the middle.
Do you have an Instagram for your furniture company, or you?
I don't. I use Facebook.
So follow your Instagram.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Say your Instagram for anybody listening.
Gosh, it's
C Cole.
C Cole 1028. I think is
C
what
Cole
it is.
1028, and I want to ask you, like, how did you guys meet? And you want to get your mouth pretty close to that thing. So this is Hunter, everybody.
Go ahead, Hunter.
Yeah. The company I work for is Cash and Rod, so I started working there, and then, shortly after he started working there too. And
so you guys met at work?
Yeah, we met at work. Yeah.
And so you guys, are kind of like boys now, and so you just needed some help with You came down here to deliver a flag, correct?
Yeah.
Tell me about the flag.
So the flag is a coin challenge flag. What it is, it's for a canine officer. Anytime that they do an accomplishment, they get a challenge coin, and then they can put it up on that flag on the rails, and then in order to keep up with it. So that's
so cool.
Yeah, that's a new one. I've done 2 of them. They've been really, really cool. I mean, they've got military does coin challenges too as well, snipers and stuff. So I'm hoping that I can get somebody in the military to be able to do one and do the wood engraving like it is. But the flags, I've always done those. So this was like a new challenge that ran with it, and it was super neat trying to figure it out how to do
That's
it.
very cool, dude. So they put the coins like in the flag.
Yeah, they put it sits on a rail, and then it kind of like at a 15-degree angle, and they just sit them up along the stripes.
Very cool, dude.
Yep.
That's awesome. See, I didn't understand what you were saying
Yeah.
earlier, so I'm glad you kind of elaborated on
Yeah.
that. That's all.
So-
And it has like a canine in you that you carved into
Yeah.
the flag.
Mm-hmm.
That's so cool. How do you do that with like a Dremel tool or something?
Dremel tool. It started out as wood burning. When I was actually down here at UNCW in my apartment, I was building cornhole boards.
Oh, you
on
went
the
to
side.
UNCW?
Oh yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I lived at Campus Walk, right off of
Oh,
Racine.
cool.
Yeah. So in this little 1-bedroom apartment, I was building cornhole boards all in this thing, and that's how I made side money. So I would do the wood burning, and then I jumped up to the dremeling and things like that. But you know, it's been 15 years of woodworking for me. I started when I was 15 on woodworking.
That's awesome, man.
Dremeling, I started when I was 21, so I've had 8 to 9 years on wood engraving, and it's over the years it's just grown onto how much better that they are, and that's what I always do. I say, hey, you know, I want to be better than I was last year, so what can I
Absolutely.
do different? And that's what with the company I've done too as well.
Yeah.
And trying to grow it, but
That's very cool. That's awesome. Building something from the ground up that's
Yeah.
yours. You know,
Yeah.
that's a big thing about this podcast for me. Like I just invested my own money in it, and I just wanted to talk to different. Like I got to meet you tonight. I get to talk to somebody I hadn't seen face to face. How many years has it been? A long
shoot.
time. I mean, I
At
seen
least
you at
8
church
years.
every once in a while,
Yeah.
but it's been a long time.
been
And,
at least 8 years.
and then it seems like always when you get around people, we're always like checking our cell phones. Like I was just doing to y'all before this podcast. I'm like trying to do something on my cell phone, and I'm like listening to you, but I'm not really
Yeah.
looking you in your eyes. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
just like it's a blessing, man, to be able to have something where you can sit down and eat, like somebody that I see every day, like Tim, when he comes on here, I learn something new about that guy. How like most of the time how stupid he is, but that's okay. But yeah, dude, how'd you get into fishing rods, like building fishing rods?
Really, it's kind of a funny story. I was in South Carolina, down in Beaufort, deep sea fishing one time, and I get this phone call. He said, "Hey, my name's so and so. You know, I build fishing rods out of the back of my house. You know, you think you'd be interested in a job?" I was like,
You got a phone call?
"Yeah,
Just a random phone call?
just a random phone call."
Are
I
you
went
serious?
I used to go to church with the guy, and
Oh,
somebody
okay.
had referred me to him or referred him to me, and you know, we were out on the water, and I just got a phone call, and I was like, I mean, yeah, sure, I'm just gonna go, you know.
How long you been doing that?
5 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you like it?
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
it's, you know.
So
it's
do
fun.
you do stuff like on the side, like help Clayton build stuff or anything
No.
like that?
No.
Nah, he's my test dummy for
Yeah,
what we're
I'm
going to be
just-
talking about.
I'm just a test dummy.
Oh, dude, you're the beard oil poster boy, dude.
He is the
I'm the
mascot.
mascot.
All right, anybody who's listening to this, let me just describe this man's beard. When he walked up in my house, I thought a fleet of angels were going to come out from that thing, dude. This thing is heavenly, and I'm staring at it, and he's probably getting a little. Well, people probably stare at it all the time. Don't
I'm
they?
used to it. A lot of
Yeah.
people touch it too. So
That's awesome, man. This thing is looking great. Why does it look so good, Clayton? Other than genetics.
Oh, dude.
Why does this
first
thing
and
look so
foremost,
good?
It's genetics.
Yeah,
I
for
mean,
sure.
to have a good-looking beard and him being a ginger at the same time is magnificent.
It
So,
is.
You know,
It's beautiful.
so a straightener. I mean, it's maintenance. You know, and the
Oh,
biggest
it's a
part
lot of
about
work.
yeah, the biggest part about the maintenance is definitely what you're going to put into it. Which is what our company is starting to do. Which Brick City Customs, my company, we're starting to do beard oils, beard washes, going more organic. And I started on that when I started growing out my hair long. So I grew out my hair, cut off 8 inches for charity
Nice.
for alopecia. So I had to maintenance it, so I started doing oils. Well, Hunter is at work, and he's like, I got beard drift. I was like,
Yeah.
what is beard drift?
Beard drift?
it's
Yeah.
dry hair. Like you get dandruff up here, you get that
Oh,
down here.
beard drift. Like,
Beard drift.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I've never
So
heard that.
I told him, I was like, man, I've been making beard oil for like 2 years now. I was like, let me get you some. So I got him some. And then we've improved over it over the years. Well, he comes back to me and he said, dude, this stuff is great. I love it. let me get another bottle. He's like, and then he gets the other bottle. He's like, you should sell it. So I started putting it out there on the market. Gotten a little bit of orders on them here and there. I'm selling them at the Looking Glass Salon in Sanford, and also Local Joe's Tavern. They're selling them out of the bag too as well.
You ever hit anybody up down here? Because they're real into that down here. These barbershop. My buddy works at a barbershop. He could probably actually somehow hook you up with the owner.
Yeah, dude.
I just went yesterday. He's learning how to cut hair, so like I'm letting him practice on me, giving me fades. 'Cause
Definitely.
like an easier haircut to practice on. Yeah, you might want to try to hit some people up down here and get them in their shop.
Hey, man, I'll give you cards. You just let them know, and all they got to do is call me, man.
Yeah.
So, but
this is so cool. The packaging of this thing is awesome. Explain that.
So, when you get things in packages or stupid boxes and stuff like that, and I wanted something to where everybody could be able to use it. So, I put together a kit, which is a wash, a pomade, and a beard oil, and they're all in a dry lock box. So, you can use that box for anything that you want to. Now, the kits can grow. We can add stuff with them or whatever, which means the case is going to get bigger, price is going to go up. But, you start out with just a small little box. You can put a handgun in it.
It looks like a pistol, like a pistol type of thing. You put your pistol in, don't it?
Yeah.
It's so badass looking, dude.
So, you can do anything with
that.
that
So, for
box.
this kit right here, tell me what you got in there.
So, we've got a pomade, all organic, beeswax, shea butter, jojoba oil mixture.
Smells great. I just smelled it.
With a fragrance, sandalwood vanilla. The beard oil's in a skull bottle. Different colors.
The skull bottle. You guys need to check out my Instagram and Clayton's Instagram because it's fitting to be up there, dude. The skull bottle is so sick, dude. I love it.
So that holds all the beard oils, and I'm working on getting down to 7 different scents, and then we'll do a scent for every fall, or for every season. So we got fall coming up, and I'll figure out like a nice fall scent. The washes are just a nice fresh smell to it. You can use them on your hair. I do tell people just to kind of use it on the beard. It's a little bit strong.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that's what's all in the kit right there. It runs $60 for the kit. You get the dry lock
which is a great deal, dude. The dry lock box itself. I mean, dude, you can go to if you go down here to this tackle shop and get I got a dry lock box a little bit bigger than that one. It was $50.
Yeah.
It was $50 just for a clear box, a Plano box.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's a great deal. $65 for that. I mean, how in the world are you making money off of that? You guys need to hit this guy up, man. This is insane. The deals, and then just like the prices you sell your stuff for is really good prices.
Yeah.
Like the key holders. Like that's a great deal on a key holder.
Yep.
I can't remember how much was it?
I think we ran $35 or $40.
Dude,
on
that's
those.
a killer deal. This thing is so sick. I gotta have a couple of them, dude.
You'll get them. You'll get them.
Yeah, just hit me up, please. But I want to ask you about this too. So you got to working at a place with him building fishing rods. So how do you build a fishing rod? Explain to me that process.
Hunter can go over that
Hunter,
with
tell
you.
me how to build a fishing rod. I got a bunch of questions for y'all, so we'll bounce back and forth.
What do you want to know about it?
Where do you start? What are you starting with?
Well, you're starting with a blank. It is basically just the rod itself, nothing on it.
Fiberglass or something?
Carbon fiber.
Carbon fiber.
We build ours out of carbon fiber.
Okay. And what's the name of this company?
Cash and Fishing Rods.
Cash and Fishing Rods.
Yeah, it's like Cash.
They got an
Iowa.
Instagram? Do you know?
They do have an Instagram.
Yeah, okay. It's probably Cash and Fishing Rods. How do you spell that?
CASHION.
CASHION. Okay.
Fishing rods.
All right, y'all search that if you want to follow this company. I'm gonna follow them in a minute.
Yeah.
So you come out with a carbon fiber blank.
Yep. And then what we do is we'll find the backbone of it, which means it's like the strongest part of the blank. And sorry to explain. the way you want your guides to go along that backbone.
Okay.
Because if you don't, and you're casting it out, and you got a fish on your line, your arm's gonna twist.
Okay.
You don't want any of that. You want it to be nice and straight. That way you're guaranteed that fish to come.
Oh yeah, we want the fish.
Oh yeah, we want the monsters. We want those swamp.
So that's
donkeys.
pretty cool. Yeah, them swamp donkeys, boy.
Oh yeah.
So you get a blank and you find the strongest point, and that's where you're gonna cut it at.
You don't cut it. It's just.
You find that backbone and it's marked. So what that's going to do is that's going to cause how that action is going to work on that.
Yeah. Okay.
So where it's going to bend at that
Oh,
point.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that's what your backbone's going to be.
Yeah, you need a strong, solid backbone because
Yep.
if you get on one of them big old redfish, you need it to be sturdy for you.
Oh yeah.
So you get the blank, and then so you're putting eyes on it and everything like that.
Yep.
What's the next step once you find that spot?
Well, we'll mark it up for where like the handle links need to go, and
Okay.
where the guides are placed at, and then we'll put all the grips and that on the real seats and that, and then we'll epoxy those together. And then once they're done, we'll go and put labels and decals and stuff like that on it and
Very
tips,
cool.
and then after that we'll go put the guides on, and we use hot melt, putting that on like hot glue, basically, and just heat up the guide a little bit, put the glue on, and then we'll stick it on the rod. And there's 12,
Yeah,
11 guides on there or something like
11 guides on the Elites, and it's 7 to 8 on the CRT model, which is our.
So
tournament
guides
rod.
is like an eye.
Yeah.
Is that what
Yeah.
you're saying?
It's-
Okay.
it's
I
the-
would call it an eye.
that. Technical term for it, it's a
Is it-
guide.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I need to know that because I'm a fisherman. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I like to catch fish.
We hear it either way: eyes, guides, eyelets. You name it.
I'm gonna call it guides from now on because that sounds way more badass, dude.
All right.
So y'all got like all different colors and action, like as
Yeah.
far as
Yeah, we've got
how stiff they are and whatnot.
Oh yeah.
72 different models of our Elite series, 16
gracious.
different of our CRTs, 5 of our John Cruises, and then we got a kayak series that's got about 6 rods too as well.
Dude, you are sharp as a tack, son.
Yeah, I didn't even know that.
Dude, he's
Yeah.
sharp. You hear him
Yeah.
spitting out that knowledge, dude?
Oh yeah.
I do cells, so like after we do the wrapping, he'll wrap 20, like we do 50, he'll wrap 25, I'll wrap 25. In between this, I'm going up there to customers and talking as much as we can. So
Yeah.
each individual guide is wrapped with thread, so we have to wrap it to a certain point, and then after that's done, we'll have to straighten it up with our eyes and our fingers. So all of our rods are going to have straight
Yeah,
eyes.
You got to have good eyes for that.
Yeah. Yeah. Good eyes to straighten out the eyes.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then we'll final epoxy it at the end. So it sits on rollers that run, I think it was like 18 RPM.
It's
so
very low RPM.
very, very low. Yeah.
So
So
they're
it's like,
slow.
and then we'll hand brush all the epoxy on there, and then they're checked after that. So yeah,
Where's this place at?
in Sanford.
Is it?
Yep.
And so
Remember-
a guy named Cashin owns it.
Matt Cashin. Yeah.
What were you about to say?
You remember where Northview was at? Northview
Yeah.
Ballpark. Okay.
Oh,
it's,
yeah.
It's
How
right
about
up the road from that.
Okay.
Yep.
Like Big Bloomers? Isn't Big Bloomers up there on the left?
Nah, that's in Tramway.
Not Dale's.
No,
You're
Big,
thinking-
Big Bloomers is in Tramway.
What's the one? What's the flower place that's right up on the left past Northview or past Northview?
shoot,
over there by Lee
Wingers. Wingers.
Is it?
Yeah,
I
that's
don't know why I
Wingers.
was thinking Big
And
Bloomers.
Floretta Imports.
Floretta Imports. That's
Okay.
what I'm thinking about.
Yeah, that's the costume place.
Okay,
yeah.
Floretta Imports. They had like flowers and trinkets in
Yeah,
there too at
that's
one
it.
point in time. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's so.
that's
Where
bad.
is it compared to that?
It's right past it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and near where the industrial park.
So you got a little drive to work, man.
Yeah, 15 minutes
Where do you live at now?
in Tramway.
Oh, you live in
So, yeah,
Tramway?
in my grandpa's old house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I redid that. Me and my wife, we got married in 2016. Trying to find a house. The renters left and tore it all to pieces. And this house was
Like
built.
they always do.
Yeah, it was built in '45. Original hardwood
Wow.
floors and everything in there is original. So we went in there. I had 3 months of work and $5,000. I redid the entire place.
Wow.
So all new plumbing.
$5,000.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah,
Oh my God, dude,
Yeah.
that's nothing
And I had
to
to stretch
redo.
pennies to that.
Yeah, of course you did. That's not a lot of money to be doing a whole lot with
Yeah, so-
nowadays.
I know. So I really wanted the house because of the shop in the back. It was on the ground, concrete floor. It's a nice little shop, and it's a little 2-bedroom, 1-bath house.
Is that where you do your work?
That's
Out back
exactly.
there?
So that's where everything's done out
All
there.
right. So, what is your favorite piece that you've done? Can you pinpoint one of them?
I really
Like one
can't
you
say
didn't
good
want to
man.
let go. You like made it, and you're like, man, I really want to keep this or something.
I don't know. My favorite piece is my cornhole boards I did for myself, which is the skull with the beard, smoking the pipe.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so that was probably my favorite piece I ever did for wood engraving. Table wise, it would have to be. There's a table I did for a girl in Greensboro that was gorgeous. It was absolutely perfect that I built, and it was just hard to let that one go.
What did it look like? What color?
It was a Kona, which is a very dark brown stain on top, a satin finish on that, and then it was white legs. So it was like
Yeah.
a really, really gorgeous piece.
So you
But-
built that and then delivered it to her?
Yeah.
So these tables get kind of heavy.
Oh yeah.
Who are you getting to help you carry them?
Random people.
Yeah.
We carried a 10-foot by 5-foot table to Greensboro.
That's
Me
a
and
big
him and another boy from work too as well. And we.
That's bigger than that one in
Yeah.
there, right?
Oh, it's huge. It's almost double that one.
What?
Yeah.
Would you say that tabletop weighed like 200 pounds?
325 pounds.
So what do you do?
Top.
Carry the top in, and then you put the base on
Yep.
in their house?
We had to. And that's
I mean,
the first
how
time I
else
ever
you
had to
gonna
take
do
it.
it?
Yep. That's the first time we ever had to do that. Was to take that.
Where'd
off.
you take it to?
Greensboro.
Okay. Was it college kids or was it like?
No.
Oh, this was like in a nice house,
Yeah.
like family.
We pulled in. I pulled in, and he looks at me and he said, "Do you know these people?" I said, "No, I never met them. I'm just texting them, back and forth." So we pull. I should have known when they lived on Duck Call Road. Anything with duck in it, prices go
You
up.
got money.
Yeah. So we pulled on it, and you're talking $1 million homes on here as we're driving through in a truck and a trailer with this thing. And he's over here videoing. He's like, "Look at this place," So we get there. They open up these two big old double French doors that are custom wood built to get it into the front of to get it through the front of the house. So luckily we didn't have to turn it to the
Yeah,
side.
freedom doors. That's
Yeah.
what we call them in furniture delivery.
Ah.
Freedom doors.
Oh, yeah.
Friggin' gorgeous, dude. So,
That's so cool, dude.
Yeah.
Are these people like? Are they, dude? You probably already way ahead of the game on this, but they need to be taking pictures of this thing and putting it on their social
Yeah.
media.
they have. I left him with cards.
That's what they need
yeah.
to do because people like that, their rich friends are going to see that and they're going to be like, "Hey, I want one of those. I think I'll get one of those.
Yeah.
This guy's really good."
Yeah.
Like when you put your care and love into doing something like it, you can tell when the product turns out. You're like, eh. Because
Yeah.
you remember me messaging you
Yeah.
about that table, asking you questions.
Mhm.
I had no idea. I mean, I fix furniture for a living,
Yeah.
so like anything delivery guy can mess up. I pretty much like I'll faux finish like wood, like chip corners, and I do microfiber repair, leather repair, mechanisms, things of that nature. But like I pretty much can be able to faux finish things to make them look like they weren't damaged. But I don't know where I was going with that. I don't know.
With building,
Yeah, I don't-
messaging me and building.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So like I've never built anything like that before.
Yeah.
And I built some tables in there out of a tree that fell on my house during that hurricane or whatever. And I'm like, I think I could build a farm table. And I wanted to do it for months. And like I got basically the tools at work. I can make them work. I ain't got the best tools for doing it, but it turned out really good. And I'm really glad you helped me out. Like you kind of encouraged me to do it because I was a little nervous about it.
That's the biggest thing in here, and I hate how this generation is going. In the case of, you look at it, you guys don't even know what a drill is or
How to work one.
Yeah, or how to even
How do you get this
work
bit out of this thing,
yeah,
dude?
And it's absolutely sad because growing up, you got your baby boomers, Gen X, like that's what they did. You try to find somebody nowadays that's a carpenter or something, it's impossible.
Yeah.
So my thing for encouraging people is if they message me, they want to build something, I'm going to help them build it, whether they get something from me or not. Because I think it's very, very important to where this generation is going to.
Yeah.
They need to know how to be able to do these things. I've got 15 years of experience of doing things, and staining and finishing. I've spent tons of money and tons of hours in messing up over those years in order to perfect the way that I do things, and I'm still learning new stuff. So anytime you or anybody messaging me about building it, I'm going to answer all their questions.
I appreciate
So-
it. It just helped because I got you and one other guy that works down here at he builds a bunch of stuff and he works on Market Street at basically they'll get furniture and they'll refinish it, or he'll build like custom tables sometimes for people or like reclaim wood and things of that nature. But I was going between you two guys and just like just soaking it up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can do this, man. Like I'm fully capable. Like, everything I've tried, I'm gonna give it 100%. You know what I mean? And I feel like I'm gonna do good most of the time. But I was just nervous about that. I'm like, I'm gonna spend some money, and it's really not that expensive. Like when you're not getting like real expensive wood. I think I used white pine.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I was gonna do like a stain where you dissolve. Tell me if you've heard of this. You dissolve steel wool and vinegar.
Yep.
So I was gonna do that, but it said not to do it on white pine.
Yeah.
It said it could end up not good on white pine. You know anything about that?
If you mix hydrogen peroxide in there, it'll work very well.
Really?
So that'll darken it up a little bit, but you've got to let it sit in sunlight for at least 3 or 4 weeks.
Oh, really?
So yeah, and that's going to give you your barn wood type thing, so it raises your grain. It's the same
Okay.
thing as like when I do my wood burning and things like that. You're raising that grain up to make it darker. So that's just a lighter way to raise it up.
Are you burning it with a torch, like a big torch?
No,
Small torch.
small torch.
Really?
Small torch, more detail. So
Oh,
always.
okay.
Yeah, if you get the bigger torches, you're going to sit there and scorch the whole thing. It's not going to look good. So.
Yeah.
And that took some time too as well. I mean, it was scrap pieces trying to figure out what technique to use.
What's the hardest thing? Somebody's hit you up and they're like, I need you to build this, and you're like, oh God, this is gonna be tough.
Probably the restaurant with the bar. So,
Yeah, I think I saw
yeah.
pictures of that,
Yeah.
dude. That was insane.
So
That turned out great.
Yeah. So I built the bar and the wine rack and then 2 bistro tables. So he hit me up. He said, this guy says you can build stuff. He's like, I need a bar built. Can you do it? I said, yeah. He's like, have you ever built a bar before? I said, yeah. I hadn't. So I called Ben Dunlop up and I said, dude, you've got to help me out here. And Ben's one of my great friends from Southern Pines. Great worker, man. He was traveling down there. We were working till 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. And we built it in 3 pieces. And he looked at me, said the same thing. He said, have you ever built a bar before? I said, absolutely not. So it was just kind of one of those things. We would build something, look at it, and say, hey, this is what we need to do. But it turned out absolutely great. And that was
great.
That was a big turning point because people walk in that restaurant and then they say who built it. So we had a wine rack that held, I think, 100. It was either 75 to 100 bottles of wine.
Good gracious.
So, and it was 8 foot tall by 4 foot wide. Went on in 2 pieces. So that was a turning point for the company in the case of commercial stuff.
Yeah.
So it really hit it up. I've done quite a bit of work for famous people. Somebody hit me up that was here. I did a wooden wall for the president of Monster Energy drink.
What?
Yeah, so I built one and it was shipped down to Texas through this company.
What?
Yeah.
Dude.
So-
That's so cool,
Yeah.
dude.
And when I was building guitars, I built a guitar for Jaron Johnson from Cadillac 3.
Oh, yeah, dude. My buddy loves that
yeah.
band.
And then Blackberry Smoke, Paul Jackson, I built him a custom guitar.
My
too.
buddy, same buddy, loves
Yeah.
Blackberry Smoke.
That's how me and him started to connect because he loves Blackberry Smoke.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
working there. I said, who's playing this? And he said him. So that's how we became actually really good friends.
So you can build a guitar.
Yeah.
How do you build a guitar, dude? Are you bending wood?
So I start out with kits. I don't have templates in order to cut it out with the machinery too.
Yeah.
So I've got a guy that's in California who will cut me the templates out that I want. But it's all in how you're going to do the action on that guitar. It's a lot of sand and a lot of prepping. You got to get your colors down too as well, and then the wiring. So I have a pen and patent on a wiring diagram that takes a single coil, a P90, and a humbucker all in one guitar.
So
That's
3
right.
different kinds of
3
pickups.
different kinds of pickups
in one guitar, and then
has-
you got your switch
Mhm.
where you can switch between the 3. Correct.
Yep. So I've got that one. That's a pen and patent.
So nobody has that. What?
yeah,
So 3 different kinds of
it
pickups.
took me 3 months to wire that thing, how to get things right and to do that sound. So
Dude, that is awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Like I know what a humbucker is.
Yeah.
But the other, like humbucker's what's in Les Paul.
Yeah.
Right.
Uh-huh.
That's why I know that because I had a Les Paul.
yeah, Les Pauls will have humbuckers or P90s, and P90s are a lot hotter than a humbucker, but it's still going to have about that same sound, which is a smoother sound. And
Yeah.
when you get into the single coils, that's when you get to that higher pitch.
What type of guitar usually has those?
Stratocasters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that was a
We need Sturgill Simpson to hit you up and get a guitar.
dude. I would die if
Sturgill Simpson hit Clayton Cole up and get a custom guitar. That dude is cool,
Dude,
man.
I love Sturgill Simpson.
I do
man.
too.
Great dude. That's what we listen to, man. That is our genre at work. It's
Yeah.
Sturgill Simpson, Colton Wall, Cody Jinks. Who
Cody
else?
Jinks is awesome.
Tyler Childers.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Tyler
yeah,
Childers.
dude.
I mean,
Us redheads got to stick together, you know.
Yeah, dude. I was gonna say, yeah.
he is the music guy. If you ever need a DJ, like I know he's not a professional DJ, but geez, man, I mean, he plays the best music ever in the shop.
And
Yeah.
You're talking about everything under the sun.
Yeah.
It's pretty much almost everything you could think of.
Really?
This dude just finding dubsteps of the Lion King on
Yeah.
and it's the craziest thing you've ever heard too. So,
So you're real into music. Do you play any music?
I mean, I play guitar.
Oh, you play guitar.
Yeah.
Cool. And Clayton, you play guitar
mhm.
and bass.
Yep.
Yeah, I play guitar too. So we all three
Yep.
play guitar. That's awesome. When did you guys start playing guitar? Hunter, when did you start playing guitar?
Oh God. I think I was in 6th grade, so like 06.
I think that's about when I started. I'm pretty sure. Clayton, when did you start playing?
Late bloomer. I was like in the 9th grade, I think.
Really?
So,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. What do you guys like to play? What type of music?
My thing mostly is just going to be, it's weird. It'll run from a wide range. You start with rock, but see, I love going to that drop D
Me too.
Playing like that hard stuff
Me
too as
too.
well. But then, you pick up an acoustic or you find like a really nice tone, then you're into that, country or like that jazz type
Mhm.
stuff. So I was always a rhythm player. Never was a lead player.
Yeah, I'm not. I
So-
can't really play too many solos and things. I mean, a little bit, but like
But-
hammer on, hammer off, pull on, stuff like that.
And when I was in the band with Josh, that's what the rhythm really, I didn't understand about a rhythm guitar until I joined that band. And then how much it actually will carry. And, used to it's just strumming. But no, it's not that. It's strum here, don't strum here, on and off distortions and this and that. So it's really like, I know that the rhythm guys always get a bad rap. They're like, oh, nobody knows them. They're the heart and soul of when you come into that, with that drum. If you don't have a good rhythm or a good bass player, you're not going to have that heart and soul of that band.
See, people who
So-
haven't played in a band probably wouldn't know that.
They don't,
Cause see, I've never really played in a band like really, in like a real band, and so like I wouldn't have thought that. You know what I mean?
I always thought it was the lead. That's what I wanted to be. And then when I realized that the role was so important for that rhythm, I stuck to it, and I just became the best that I could at doing
Yeah.
that rhythm.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I love playing guitar because it just kind of takes me out of everything but that. Like I'm just right there, fully in my moment. You know what I mean? That's one thing I love about it. But anything that does that for me, I love. Like
Yeah.
hunting, fishing, anything like that. I just love it.
Sometimes you just got to get away, free that
Yeah.
mind a little bit. Dude,
Yeah, we get so worried about the past and the future, and it's
Yeah.
like, can we just be present for a minute? You
Uh-huh.
know what I mean? Oh, I was thinking about how you said, like this generation is kind of turning away from like manual labor and
Yeah.
like, so when you were saying that, I was thinking about the pyramids in Egypt, dude, and like how we can't even build those now.
Yeah.
And I think that eventually society could take a turn as like we may forget how to do some things that we've worked so hard to figure out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's crazy to think about. But I think that it's a good thing for people like you because there's not many people that can do it.
Mhm.
So the demand is high. Like
Yeah.
you wouldn't think of like a furniture repair guy, but like, dude, I'm so backed up with work outside of my own work. Like I'm backed up like weeks because nobody does it.
Yeah.
And they're surprised when a young dude with tattoos shows up to their house to do that type of work. It's surprising to people.
It's surprising to people when I tell them my age of 29.
Yeah.
So they're expecting like a 60-year-old guy to come out and check and see how to build this.
But it makes people appreciate it that much more.
Exactly.
You know?
And the furniture, man, is getting better. We're slowly getting better, and I'm slowly getting more orders, which is great. But not only for me and the financial situation, but for other people too as well, because they're getting hardwood furniture instead of, I mean, you remember early 2000s, everybody was getting like veneer press stuff.
Oh, dude, this is super fake
Yeah.
right here.
So
Everything they have is just it's junk.
Yeah.
It's junk, bro. It's MDF press board junk.
hmm
It is, man. It's not built to last.
Yeah. Let
It's-
water hit it and watch what it does.
Oh, it's going to destroy it. It'll absolutely. Now, this might. I think they said something about reclaimed wood. This is actually furniture right here. They're about to
Yeah.
throw it out, so I just nailed it together and used it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's so like you're not handing that type of furniture down to your children.
Yeah.
It's not gonna happen, dude. It's gonna be done in 10 years, 5 years. It ain't gonna last.
Mhm.
But in my business, like that's good for me because I'm there to fix it for you, so you
Yeah.
don't have to spend money and get something else. But anybody who's listening, if you want to invest your money and you don't want to buy furniture every 5 years, like you need to hit Clayton up and let him build you something because that's gonna last forever.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
hundreds of years, dude. That's gonna last. That's what I think is so cool. It's like get a piece of furniture and it has some character to it, like
Yep.
something your granddaddy built or your daddy built. You know, anything like that. We really appreciate that type of stuff.
So much appreciation into that.
Yeah.
You
Did
see,
your granddaddy build stuff?
my grandpa owned a sawmill. So the
Oh.
house that I redid, that I'm staying in, was actually the house for the sawmill. So
Okay.
he lived there, and then he did the sawmill next door.
Wow.
So did all that, and then my grandpa on my mom's side was a tobacco farmer. So it's like hard work with knowing what the wood is, and they're just everybody in my family. They got very good on business sense. So
yeah.
making the price decent for people to be able to buy it, but where you can make your certain dollar amount that you can.
It's in your blood, ain't
Yeah.
it, dude?
Dude, I want to do it for a living, like full time. So
It's in your blood, dude. You're on your way.
I hope
You
so.
need to do more stuff like this to promote it. Like
Yeah.
have people get you on and talk about your product because you like man, I'll be real with you. Like, if you weren't putting out something that I appreciate and that I know is quality, I'm not going to vouch
Yeah.
for you.
I
You
do
know
that
what
for
I mean?
anybody, you know. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and, tell somebody that, let's just say they're making, I don't know, baseball bats. And they're sitting over there making it out of pine. Like, they're like, buy my baseball bat at this point. No, you got to make it out of ash. Like, it's got to have some love to it, you know.
Yeah. Ash type of wood?
Huh? Oh, yeah.
Okay. I don't know anything about
yeah.
this stuff, dude.
Yep.
So ash is a harder wood.
Yeah,
Pine is
ash.
a softer wood.
Exactly.
Correct. Okay.
It all depends on how the grain is going to run with that. Oak is considered a hardwood. Poplar is considered a hardwood.
Yeah.
It's soft, but it's considered a hardwood. Dude, you go to the hardware store or the hardwood store in Greensboro, you would die going in there. They've got Purple Heart. This thing is
What is that?
naturally purple.
What?
It's gorgeous. Yeah,
It's purple wood.
purple wood, naturally purple. They
What
have.
tree is this?
It's a purple heart tree.
It's called a purple heart
Yeah.
tree. Heart.
Heart.
Purple heart tree.
Uh huh.
How much does this wood cost, dude?
Oh, it was $30 a board foot. $30 for a foot of this stuff.
You better not be building nothing big, dude.
They had African walnut there that was gorgeous. Bloodwood that's naturally red. I mean, they had everything
Dude.
there.
It's crazy how
Yeah.
expensive wood can get, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
But you know, the thing that I appreciate about wood is that it, like, the fact that it will just last and last. Like, anytime I go in somebody's house, like, to do a repair or something, I always notice that old furniture sitting over there on the side. I'm like, you don't need nobody to work on that, do you? Because that's old and they built it right. That's back when they built it right. But it's just, to me, I admire the fact that you're building something that's going to outlive you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
I just think that's so cool, man.
Yep. And that's what, I want to leave a legacy. So, like, that's
You're
how
gonna.
I can be too, and then, hopefully my kid will be proud of me one day too. So,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So-
Dude, mine's already proud of me,
Yeah.
too.
I
He's,
wanna
like, so
teach.
happy about everything that I do.
And I can't wait, for them so I can show them how to do these things, and then they can perfect even more. So that's what the main thing I want to start this company too, is it can be carried on.
Yeah.
And then over the generations, it's just better and better and better.
That's so cool, dude.
yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
like that's a trait that I really admire about you. Like, that's just a really cool, like, because that's what my granddaddy did, man. Like, he taught me things, that live on through me. Like, I see myself doing and saying things that he would do all the time, and I'm like, all right, well, this is what life's about. Life's about, like, putting in work into your relationships with people that you love, and then in turn you live on through them whenever you die. Like, I just think that, like, showing that love and doing things for people, like, that's how you live on through people.
And your granddaddy had an impact on me, teaching me how to play golf. I didn't
Dude,
know.
he was something else, wasn't he?
Oh, I remember. Okay, so we were taking shots over there at the driving range at Coral Ridge, and I kept looking up. My head kept getting away from the ball, and he would come over. He said, "You know what the fat lady used to say? Every time she looked up, she saw a bad shot." So that's what he
he
would
said that
always
to me a million times.
Dude, and I just always remember that. That was 6th grade, dude. That I remember that. But I mean, he showed me how to play golf.
Dude, every time I see
And-
Donald Trump, for some reason, it reminds me of my granddad.
Yeah, I don't know how. Dude.
I don't know, dude, but, like, just the way that my granddaddy was, like, straight up, like, he had compassion, but he was, like, very straightforward. Like, he would say what he was thinking. You know what I mean? Maybe that's why, because Donald Trump don't have a filter, and my granddaddy did not have a filter, dude. He was just straight up would tell you what was up, and that's what I appreciated about him, man. I feel like I'm more like him than I am anybody else in my family.
Yeah.
And that's just cool, like, to live on, like, have people live on through you. I just think that's awesome, man. You're a good dude, and, like, you're doing some cool stuff, and I just think, dude, that's, like, one of the things that I like about you, man, is, like, you built something from the ground up, and, like, I want to help support in any way that I can.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I want to, like, have you on here. Anytime you have something, tell me, I'll share it, or whatever I can do to help, man. Like, that's I got a lot of respect for that. Like, this I do as a hobby. Like, I'm just, I just love talking to people and meeting new people.
And that's why I want to come on here, dude. I want to support you. I want you to keep this going.
Yeah.
Like,
You know what I heard today?
What's that?
Dude, do you know what I heard today? I heard that the first person to live to be 150 has already been born. Think about that. The first person to live to be 150 years old has already been born. So they're alive right now, whether they're a baby. Could be my kid.
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
That's
like,
crazy.
Dude, that's crazy to think about, dude. Like, scientists truly believe that somebody's going to live to be 150 and they're already alive today. Isn't that weird?
That is.
That's so weird, dude. Like, bionic. I'm going to start getting weird on y'all for a second. Like, we're going to have, like, bionic arms, and, like, we already have them, but these are going to be better than what we've ever seen before. Like, if I lose my legs, or if I want to get my legs replaced with, like, something that I can jump 100 feet over a building, dude, that's going to exist. Isn't that scary to think about? It's scary, right?
Mm-hmm.
Weird.
All that comes with, though, is just the intuition of people. Like, how far do we want to take it, you know?
Dude, it's going to get took eventually. Yeah. But, like, okay, so the pyramid thing. How do you think that like, how did we lose the technology? I'm so, like, just confused about that whole deal. I've read books about it, and I just can't understand how we lost that technology. Do you think it has something to do with people just not being interested in that, kind of like it is now?
I mean, I think it, to be honest, I mean, you always see, like, them dragging the blocks up with the locks. To me, I think that they actually had cranes back then. I think they had that technology. And I think that one of the things is our phones. I think that they might have had something in that device range that they were so stuck in that they lost the track of how they're going to do their intuition, like how their intuition is going to run, or you know, or how they're going to better themselves.
It's like a handicap.
Exactly.
The phones are definitely handicapping us, man. It's handicapping us, like, as far as social interaction, but I think that's just the most obvious thing. I think dude, that's such a good point.
Yep.
Like, they could have had something. Like, I've watched, like, I'm a nerd when it comes to this type of stuff. Like, I've watched documentaries about these hieroglyphs that were on the walls that would show, like, what looked like electronics. Like, it looked like they had some sort of electronics back then, and dude, it could have been that.
Yeah,
that's a good point. I've never even thought about that.
I've always thought of that. I was like, because there's no, I mean, now phones are great and computers are great.
They can
for learning.
Yeah, they can be great.
But you've got to know what to be doing on them. And that's where I've come up. Like, with everything I want to learn, I look it up. I mean, if I was in college right now, I'd be on the dean's list for what I want. So it just happened way too late, you know. So, but I mean, it's crazy that, like, learning that stuff, and that's where I got to thinking about it. Was every time I look at it, I'd be like, "There's no way. There's no way that they climbed that with that. They had to have that certain technology.
They had to have something. I think there's only one or two cranes in the world right now that could even lift one of those blocks up, and I could be mistaken on that.
And then the boat power, getting it down the river in order to get it to where that spot is, it didn't float on a raft.
There's no way, dude.
A tugboat would have to be able to take that.
Dude, I've watched videos about how they used to lift it with their minds, like telekinesis. Like, I've gotten way deep down in the rabbit hole, dudes. But, like, it's just like an insane thing to think about, like, the origins of mankind, and, like, how, because it's scary, like, to know that, and I feel like we pretty much know these phones can be bad, dude. These phones can be a bad thing. Like, yeah, I YouTubed something today while I was in a customer's house. I was like, just letting you know right now, I don't know how to do this, so I'm gonna YouTube it and I'm gonna fix it. And I did. I fixed it.
Yeah.
So, like, it can be a good thing. But, like, that's another big reason why I started this too. It's like, I just want to sit down and talk to you for an hour, and, you know, let's get to know each other, and let's try to remember how to communicate with one another, because it's getting lost in the sauce, dude. It really is. There ain't many people built like us no more, dude.
We're in that generation to where they said it was crazy. Like, we were alive before the internet.
Yep.
We were alive before cell phones, and then we're alive after that. So we know the part of the Gen X, that the hard working, the labor, and things like that. But then we also know the part of what the millennials are. So we're stuck in that weird little.
I'm glad we are. I'm glad. I think we're special.
I think so too.
Because of that. Just because we can remember, like, the dial-up connection, and like, it took 2 hours to load a picture on a what do you call that thing, a monitor?
Yeah.
It would take it would be like, dude,
Mom, get off the phone. I'm trying to get on the internet.
Dude, that sound, dude, when, like, you used to try to pick the phone up while you're on the internet, it's so crazy.
We had the big satellites out the back. You would see them turn.
Yeah,
and it was a crazy thing. They used to say that they knew who was getting on the porn channels because they would look at the satellite and it would be shooting straight up to the sky like that. So, and
I've never heard that, dude. I've never heard that.
You would drive. My dad told me that. He said you drive around and you would know who was on there. You know, it's like, oh, well, look at that, Tim. He's watching that.
He's watching porn. Dude, I've never heard that.
Just.
I've never heard it. Do you think, all right, cool, I'm glad we're on the subject. Do you think that society is headed in a bad direction, like as far as like a whole, or do you think that because people get offended over everything, dude. Like nowadays, people are getting offended over everything. And that's why I started doing stand-up, because I can go down there and say whatever I want, and I love it because like you can either laugh or you can not laugh, but I got the microphone and you don't.
Exactly.
And so it's like I have fun with it, but then I also push the envelope a little bit, like how people, where do you think society's going as a whole is what I'm trying to ask you.
I think that society's going into a bunch of pansies, man. I mean, so what? You're offended. I mean, people do stuff every day that I don't like, but it doesn't bother me.
Yeah, it's
all.
not going to keep you from doing what
exactly.
you're doing.
I mean, people say certain things that bother me, but it's not going to keep me from doing what I want to do. I mean, you just got to nut up and shut up, basically. People have their own opinion. They have to live by their own opinion. I like a diverse crowd.
Me too.
People who are different. I don't want to agree with somebody and we'll all be gray. I mean, and we got that gray hair because life is boring.
Yeah.
I want to go down there and listen to somebody talk about rednecks and stuff like that, which I'm country and redneck as it gets. And it's funny to hear that.
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle, for instance, his new Sticks and Stones.
Oh, so good.
How much he made fun of white people.
He's like my favorite comic ever, though.
It was funny because I can
so
relate
funny.
to that. I can see myself walking through that yard with the rifle, looking like that I own the land. So it's kind of funny in that. And he got a lot of feedback from that comedy bit. People saying, "Oh, well, he's saying this about this group, this about this group."
I love
it's
it.
A joke.
I love it. I don't care if it's a joke. I love
It's
it.
a full joke, and it's so funny because
It's funny because it's true.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's true.
Sometimes.
Uh-huh.
It's true sometimes.
Yeah.
That's what do you think about society? Where do you think we're going as a society? You're 24, you said, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember like life before like smartphones and whatnot? I'm sure you
I remember
do.
the dial-up. You couldn't be on the phone and the internet at the same
Yeah.
time.
Where do you think society's going as a whole? Your real, true thoughts.
I think it's kind of going down a little bit.
Yeah.
Like everybody's relying on the internet too much, and they're not relying on their brain. They're not relying on their thinking skills.
What happens when that
Like-
internet crashes?
Oh, everybody loses their minds.
Then what? Then we got to rely on our brains.
Yeah. They gotta.
Scary, dude.
People just can't think. I don't think people can think for themselves animore.
No,
It's
dude.
always got to be, all right, so these people have this, that means I got to have it. And they can't just have their own thing. It's like,
a lot of groupthink mentality.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you go on Instagram and you see people got all this stuff and you're like, oh, well, I got to have that. And it's like, no, you don't, dude. Like, you're fine.
Yeah,
You're
you don't
okay.
have to have that.
You don't have to have that. But it's like what's going back on, in my hometown, like what you guys were talking about, how people get offended and everything. They've got this thing going on. I don't know if been to Pittsburgh. You got the courthouse in the center, right?
Yep.
There's that statue that's out there in the front. And apparently it's like a Confederate statue. I don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
But people are getting so butthurt about that. And it's like, oh, well, we need to take it down. It's so, it's oppressing. It offends me. And it's, what doesn't make sense to me is like white people are saying this.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to be racist or anything, but it's like they're, but first off, how is that offending anyway? It's just a statue. It's like, it doesn't, right now in this day and age, it doesn't mean anything. It's just there. It's history.
Yeah.
It's part of history. And then there's a bunch of people going around with Confederate flags thinking that that's going to do something. And, I think everybody's just doing everything out of spite.
Yeah.
They're trying to get a rise out of people.
Yeah.
Like,
They
why is
want
that?
a negative reaction.
Yeah.
Like, why is that statue there in the first place? To remind us what not to do.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Why do you
Exactly.
think? Why do you think the Jewish people left Auschwitz standing? So the Holocaust would never happen again. And you can ask anybody who's in Germany, and he's got friends that are in Germany.
I have a friend in Germany, and she absolutely, every time we make a joke about it, she's like, "That's not funny. We hate that man. We don't like him."
Yeah.
Like,
About Hitler.
About Hitler. Yeah.
Yeah.
We, they don't like anything about it.
Of course they don't. It's terrible.
Yeah.
It was terrible, dude.
It was awful.
But that's exactly what I was going to say. Like, if you forget what has happened in the past, you're doomed to repeat, man. And that's just
Exactly.
what I believe. Like,
Yeah.
if we take all these statues down, people are going to forget about how terrible slavery was.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Yeah.
I mean, they might still associate slavery with a negative connotation.
Yeah.
But they're not going to remember this was a real thing that really happened. Like, however many years ago, like segregation and racism, like real racism. I mean, I know you still have racism, but like real racism happening, like where you can't go drink out of the same water fountain as me type of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like I think it's a big mistake to tear these statues down.
Yeah.
We got a lot of them down here too.
Yeah.
And people will like deface them and things like that, but they're still standing. And it's just another thing to get outraged about, man.
Yeah.
It's outrage culture.
Yeah.
And then to me, it's like, look right here, what's going on right here, and then we got like child pedophiles in the government and people raping kids, and like we already forgot about that because people were trying to take down Confederate statues or whatever the newest dumb fad is going to be.
Or this whole gun control thing.
Whole gun control thing. Yeah, exactly.
I don't believe in the gun. We don't need gun control.
Yeah.
I mean, look. Speaking of the Holocaust, look at that. I mean, they had
They disarmed the people.
Disarmed the people, and then the government took over, and then that happened. Same thing's going to happen here if we do that.
Yeah.
And I mean, look at Chicago. They have the strictest gun laws, right? So
They got one of the highest murder rates.
highest murder rates.
Like, it's crazy.
That's the proof's in the pudding.
My thing is, this stuff has happened for years and years and years. The reason why we know it and it's gone on so much is because of social media. Again, back to the computers.
Yeah.
This stuff's been happening. People die every day. That is just human. People die in stabbings. I mean, you asked me 1994, who died in Chicago from a stabbing? I wouldn't know it. But you know it through Facebook because you know a person that lives in Illinois who is talking about this.
Yeah.
So, really, gun control is not a very good place to go to. It's because people are evil. You got evil people and you got good people.
I believe in background checks.
Yes.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, me too.
I mean, if
Why not?
you got to get background checks for. I know when I went to go buy my firearm, I have to have background checks for.
You
it.
gotta go do a
Great.
class to get a driver's license.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Just take the fucking class.
Mhm.
Do something.
It's not hard.
It's not hard. If you want to get a gun legally, you'll jump through the hoops.
Yep.
And I mean, I know the hoops are the hoops are technically unconstitutional because every American has the right to bear arms, is what it says in our Constitution. But this is where me and Tim argue because Tim believes anybody should be able to get a gun whenever they want it. But it's like I do believe that there should be something in place to vet the people, to vet the crazy people out. Like do something. I mean, that's just. I mean, I know it's kind of a gray area, but
Yeah.
I do believe that you should have to do a background check. I honestly think you should have to do some sort of class. I mean, I know you have to for concealed carry, which I have my concealed carry license or whatever. But I mean, if you want to just go buy a shotgun, you got to take a hunting class if you want to hunt.
Yep.
But just to go buy a shotgun for home defense, you don't have to do anything.
See, they took those classes out. Like, they don't have hunter safety courses hardly anymore. They used to have that when I was in school. I mean, we took it. They taught us how to shoot bow, how to shoot a shotgun, safety.
Yeah.
Which our parents before that taught us the safety of a firearm.
Right.
We knew better. I think these kids are so filtered in the minds of what movies they're watching, what video games that they're playing in order, that can't really kill. And then when it happens, then they're like, oh, okay, it does.
Well, people say all the time these things don't influence us, man. But anything you put in front of your eyes or on your ears is gonna have some sort of influence on you. I don't care. I don't think I'm a very easily influenced person, but like when I'm listening to something or when I'm seeing something all the time, it influences me, like subconsciously even. You know what I mean? It's scary how easily influenced your brain can be.
It all goes back to the parents and like how they have to raise their kids. My dad raised me and my mom did too. In the case of guns, you have to be very safe with guns. My mom was strict on locking them up and my dad was strict on safety. So keeping the safety down, ear protection, eye protection, everything.
Yeah.
You keep it pointed down range at all time. This is what can happen. So they beat that into my mind for years and years and years to where when I see this stuff happen, I'm like, that's stupid. Like, why would somebody do that? Looking at the end of a barrel or something.
Yeah.
But it all starts with how we're going to raise our children. And I want to raise my child the way that my dad raised me, the way his dad raised him. Teaching them the basics of what safety is and to stop this crap that's happening.
You excited to be a dad?
Oh, yeah.
I know you are, dude. You're going to be a great dad.
Yeah.
Dude, people tell you all kinds of shit, but let me tell you this. It's awesome. Like, there ain't dude, the worst thing that's happened since I've been a dad, it don't even come anywhere to close to 1% of, like, how great of a blessing it is, dude. It's just, dude, it's so awesome, man. And I guess everybody's different. but like you're gonna do fantastic, dude. It's easy. It's instinct. It just comes to you, dude. Like nobody knows what they're doing, and it makes you realize like your parents didn't know what they were doing, bro. They had no idea, dude, and like they did a great job. You know what I mean? Like the things that they taught you, and you're gonna teach your kid, dude. It's just, dude, it is like I'm excited to have another one, dude. It is the coolest thing ever. Babies are boring. That's just my opinion. I mean, they're cool for a little bit, but then it's like once they turn like 1.5, you're like, dude, this is awesome.
It's like a little mini me.
I'm
gonna raise him the right way.
It is, dude. It is.
I'm gonna mold him in the case that he's gonna be this great person.
yeah. And then they have their own like little personality things, and you're like, well, you didn't get that from me. Where'd you get that from?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just it's so cool, man. You're gonna love it, dude. You're gonna be awesome, Dad.
It'll be fun.
You'll probably have more kids. I feel like you'll have a few of them.
I want to, like, 2's my limit, you know, but you never know about that accident, so.
Yeah.
I mean, this one was kind of an accident, too, as well.
Yeah, my first one was an accident, but it's the greatest thing that ever happened to me.
But, you know, we were talking about it and planning on it, so.
Yeah.
But,
that's awesome, man. I appreciate you guys doing the podcast.
Thank you, Dave.
Let's do it every time y'all come down here. Let's just get you on.
Hell yeah.
Let's do another. We need to plug anything. You got the beard oil. Hit him up for the beard oil.
Yeah, I mean, like my page on Facebook. Please do.
What's the page on Facebook?
Brick City Custom.
Brick City Customs. Okay.
Yeah, you'll see. It's not Brick City Woodworking. Please do not go to Brick City Woodworking. It's Brick City Custom.
Customs.
It'll have my name on there, Clayton Cole, as the owner. If you have trouble finding it, go to my page, Clayton Cole, and then it'll say owner at Brick City Custom. You can click on that. It'll take you straight to that link. No Shave November, we're doing the sale on the kits, which have
gang, boy, No Shave November,
which have the beard oil, the pomade, and the wash. You can use the pomade for your beard and hair, but we're going to run $60 on that. A little bit of the proceeds I'm going to put to a charity of my choice at the end of it. So please order them. That does not include shipping and handling. So if you need the shipping and handling, I will charge you on that. So.
Yeah.
But I can take Venmo, cash, check, anything like that. But yeah, we're excited to see what's gonna happen here. I'm excited for 2020 to see where the company's gonna go. So
yeah, that's awesome. And so your company, you all do beard oils and custom furniture.
Yeah,
custom furniture that people need built, they can hit you up.
Yep, we do the cups too as well. Different colors.
Oh yeah, the cups. Did we even talk about the cups?
I don't think we did.
Dude, let's talk about the cups real quick. Dude, this cup is awesome. Y'all check this out. Let me make sure I get it on YouTube. All right, YouTube, you see that? Get you some. Dude, I love these cups, dude. That thing's so cool.
Yeah, I do different colors, wood grains. The ones that were wood grain are pretty cool looking.
Yeah, I saw those.
So I do the cups run $30 for a 30 ounce, 20 for a 20.
Good deal.
15 for a 10 ounce, and I do wine glasses too. So those run 15 as well.
Cool. So cups, beard oil, custom furniture.
Yep. I mean, who knows what I'll come out with in 2020?
Boy, your brain is rolling, boy.
Hey, I had to figure out how I was going to go to these different events because I can't take my furniture with me. So that's where the beard oil came in and the cups came in.
And then you're just like, hey, I build custom furniture too.
Yeah.
Every house has furniture in it, bro.
Yep.
That's why we're in the right business.
Yep.
Every house.
Exactly.
Yeah, y'all need to come down here and go fishing with me. I know where they're at.
We will.
I'll put you on them.
Yeah, we'll put you in the hands of one of the rods that we build too as well. So,
dude, you might not want to give me no rod, bro, because I swear this is the 5th time I've done this. I've left the rods in my rod holder and went to go back it up underneath my carport. Snapped 2 of them on Saturday, okay? I'm about to bust out some old ones. I was like, no, I didn't even get mad this time. I'm just like, you did it again, dude. You did it again.
Hey, once that's built into the studio, you won't have to worry about it after that, right?
Yeah, I'm going to just pull it to the boat to the side right there. I got a skiff now. I got a Carolina skiff. So it's pretty nice. Like, we can all go out on it and fish comfortably on it. Them big reds are about to come through, too.
I can't wait.
Them big boys.
That's some fun fishing, dude.
Yeah, have y'all ever caught redfish before?
Yeah.
Dude, have you ever caught redfish?
I don't think so.
Dude, you got to get on a redfish, bro. That's my goal, to put you on a redfish now.
I want to.
How often do y'all come down here?
No, this is the first time I've been here in 3 years.
Really?
Dude. Yeah.
We need to get some people buying some stuff down here. Hopefully the podcast will help. So I'm gonna promote the hell out of it. We're going to get it out there.
And I appreciate it, dude.
Yeah. Hunter, I appreciate you coming on the podcast. I know you were kind of iffy about it, but
I appreciate you letting me be on it.
Now every time I'm going to expect you to be on it when Clayton comes down here.
All right.
We're going to have a beard contest with him and Tim, though, first of all.
Dude, I'm telling you, bro, that's the only beard I've seen that can compete with Tim's down here. You ever been in a beard competition?
No.
Why not?
I don't even think it's that great to be in one.
Dude, your beard?
Yeah.
Are you seriously talking about your beard like that?
Yeah.
We need to have some confidence behind that heavenly thing on your face, dude.
All right.
I think you need to twirl your mustache up like my man Salvador Dali, dude. Get your old twirl it up. Have you ever seen these videos, these beard competitions?
Yeah, I've seen a couple of them.
Dude, they're pretty awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should try it, dude.
I actually follow a guy on Instagram. I can't remember his name, but he does a bunch of beard competitions, and
Dude, you should try it.
His beard's like all the way down to his waist.
Yeah.
And he paints it like I think the San Francisco colors, like their baseball team. I think he'll paint it their colors.
Why don't you go to a beard competition with this stuff?
Oh, we can. You make the trip, man, and then tell me where it
They
happens.
have
We'll
one
go.
down here. They have a beard competition down here like once a year. You need to enter it. You need to bring your thing, and I'll bring the GoPro and we'll film it.
Cool.
And
We'll do a whole booth.
we'll do a mini doc, dude. A little 30-minute. I'll edit it. We'll make a little, put music in it. We'll put some Cadillac 3 in there.
That sounds good.
Whatever, dude. We'll make a cool mini doc. But you gotta let me and Clayton style your beard.
All right. I've been trying to get people to braid it for me, but they don't ever want to
Dude, you
do
can
it.
braid it up for the competition.
Oh yeah.
You need to get that mustache long, boy.
I can't
Get
do
that
it.
thing long, dude. You
can't
can't
do it.
eat, right?
I can't eat with it. I start chomping on it.
You gotta move it out.
Yeah.
My buddy had one, and he would go like this every bite, dude.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you doing, Granter? He's like, I get food in my mustache, dude.
Yeah. You start chewing on it, and you're like, that hurts.
Let's make something happen, dude. I would like to do some crazy stuff with y'all. Y'all boys are awesome. But yeah, thanks for doing the podcast. Everybody, thanks for listening. This podcast brought to you by Womack Industrial or Womack Electrical Contractors. Wesley gonna slap me for messing that up. Hit Wesley up 910-231-7679 for any of your electrical needs. Everybody, thank you for listening to the podcast. Thank you for watching. Hit all them buttons and everything that everybody wants you to hit. I don't know what they're called, but click them, hit them, share it, whatever the hell they do nowadays. And yeah, thank you guys.
Thank you, man.
Cool.
Appreciate it.
I feel like I'm getting better at that. At the end of that thing. I used to be so bad at it.